Hey everyone, glad you could join me. I'm JJ and welcome to part 2 of the Personalize My Bag Lady Dior series. So this video is for the after. If you want to see the before or part 1, I will include the link on the screen. But otherwise, please like, comment and subscribe for more and stay tuned. So I have now received my Lady Dior bag back from the bag restorer / bag spa. I know it's only been a short time between uploads of part 1 and part 2, but in reality many weeks have gone by since I sent it away, but I have now finally received it. I sent the Lady Dior to a well-known bag spa in Sydney, Australia, and the services I wanted for it was to have it cleaned, to have the colour touched up, and also to have the metal gold hardware replated and polished as well. All up, the cost was 320 Australian dollars, but let's dive into it. So this is the Lady Dior bag now. So initially the fabric was very sticky, and they had to clean it twice to actually get as much of the stickiness out. So you can see I'm holding this without gloves anymore. There's still a tiny bit of the stickiness in there, but it's so much better. Originally I had thought that someone had spilt a drink on this bag or maybe soaked it in something, but after a little bit more research, it turned out that what might be happening is actually maybe the waterproofing component in this synthetic fabric is actually starting to degrade, and that's what made it sticky. So this one won't be able to be completely clean because it's the fabric itself that's sticky. So my biggest tip is, if you do want to start this project now after a bit of research, is definitely go for a denim Lady Dior bag, because the denim will probably last and be clean forever. Okay, so that's my big tip. So this is what it looks like now. So I'm holding it without gloves. It's not as sticky anymore, still the tiniest bit, but that's what it is. So next service I had the bag spa do was actually to touch up the colours. So before, the edges of this bag, they were actually faded and there were actually white spots all around as well. But as you can see, it's all a nice consistent dark navy now as well. So they've done a good job in touching up the faded parts as well. Final service was actually for them to replate and polish the gold hardware, because before it was faded, it was super scratched and it was very tarnished as well. So let's show you a close-up of everything now. So you can see with the Dior charm here, it's a lot more shinier and it's definitely not as tarnished as previously as well. The most noticeable part is actually on this piece of hardware here. So that was very faded and tarnished before, but you can see now that it's actually quite shiny. So they've done a really good job. They've gold plated everything, for example, the connectors here and the hardware here. And also they've replated, let me see if I can find it. They've replated the zip pull as well. So this had really obvious fading to the gold, but you can see now it's all pretty consistent color. So I'm pretty happy with the final result. So that was with the gold hardware. Okay, so while I was happy with the results of the cleaning and the services and everything, I'm not going to mention the name of this particular bag spa because the service was honestly very terrible and appalling. So pretty much they gave me a finish date of when the bag would be ready, and 2 weeks went by. They didn't notify me. I had to chase them up, and then they said, "Oh, look, sorry, we don't have it ready." And they gave me a date a week later that they would be finished. Date came along, didn't contact me. I had to chase them up again. This happened 2 more times until I ended up getting really frustrated and really called them out on the terrible service, and I guess the unprofessionalism of them not actually contact me when there was an issue. And then after that, that's when they finally got things rolling and sent it out to me. So the biggest thing was the results were good, but the service was terrible. So I'm not actually going to mention the name of this particular bag spa. So if you ended up watching part 1, something else you would have noticed was that the Lady Dior bag was terribly out of shape as well. So usually I use something like this, a base shaper, to get the proper structure for it, and I just get this from an Australian Etsy store, but they couldn't make one that was supportive enough for the Lady Dior bag what I needed, because it was completely squashed out of shape. So pretty much what I did was I just fashioned a base shaper from cardboard from all the packages, or maybe it was from IKEA furniture that I have, to actually make a bag shaper as well, so you wouldn't even notice. And I'll show you sort of what it looks like. So it is literally just something like this, and that kept the bag in shape. Let's keep on moving. So these are the Burberry silk scarves that I had my tailor make from the very big one I had originally. So I've got two now, one for each handle. So this is what they look like, and this is sort of the back part that they didn't split, but I'm just going to use this as a tie now. So this is what the Lady Dior bag looks like with the silk scarves tied onto the handles now. And here we go. So this is what the Lady Dior bag looks like with the Burberry scarves on it. So with bags that have a bag charm, or where the handles aren't connected to the actual bag itself, I tend to not leave the loose ends of the silk scarves to hang. I do like to tuck them in, so it's a lot more cleaner and a lot less busy as well. So that's just my preference. But you could even use the bag as it is now without the extra brooches or anything, because it's quite nice and classy and subtle as well, but with the slight edginess of just the bright pop of orange that we have here. So let me know in the comments what you think of this color combination. I personally love it. But there we go. Now that we've added the Burberry silk scarves, let's step it up a notch, okay? Let's make this more bold, more unique, more eye-catching. So here is the Lady Dior with all the brooches attached now. So let's take a look. So this is what it looks like. So this one, I think, matches really well. Okay, so we've got a mixture of the gold and the silver brooches. And on this side, I've added the Cause B charm. But of course, you could have done it with just the original Dior charm that is on this side. But I just love the duality of having these two sides now. Okay, because you've got one side which is subtle, which is classy, which is a classic Lady Dior, but then you turn it around and you've got a lot more bold, a lot more, I guess, the more current trend of like logo mania, hypebeast, even those type of, I guess, styles. So I just love the duality of how this looks now. And it's a lot more unique. I'm always about having sort of unique pieces in my collection, or just doing things that I guess not everyone else has. So there we go. So another close-up of everything. So, and on this side as well. So the Dior charm. So that is what it looks like with the silk scarves and the brooches as well. And we've got on the other side, which is still nice and clean. So depending on your mood, you can flip it around. But for me, I take off all the pins as soon as I'm done with it, because I don't want to stretch the fabric at all. But luckily, because this is a dark fabric, you don't actually see any of the pinholes, which I love. So with these ones, I'm still going to use all these brooches just generally. So they're not only for this bag, but I'm going to actually use it just as normal ones on my clothing and everything else. So this is it. So I bet you thought that was it. But now we actually need a bag strap for this one as well, because of course with this, it didn't come with the bag strap like if you bought it brand new at a boutique, that it would come with a long strap, but none for this. So let's go with a bag strap. Firstly, let me just say how much I love the Dior Christmas packaging. It is really like an artwork on its own. So I just love how it changes every year as well. So for this one, I have purchased a new Dior bag strap. This one is the newer one, which is actually adjustable, which I absolutely love. It works really perfectly for this Lady Dior. It's in navy. This is the back, and this is the gold hardware as well. So with this one, I purchased this for 1,650 Australian dollars from my local boutique, and I'm going to attach it to the Lady Dior bag. What it looks like all together, and I'm going to do a quick try on of this bag as well with the strap and as just a plain top handle bag. I've just worn a lighter outfit so you can actually see the Lady Dior bag. So now I'm just carrying it as a normal top handle. So we can see here with the Burberry silk scarf, just your classic Lady Dior in navy. Very subtle. Love it. And next we're going to flip it around where all the brooches are. So here we go. And now we have our bold and unique Lady Dior bag with the Cause B charm. So that's what it looks like as a top handle. So I love this one as well. Completely different vibe from the other side. Now let's see this one with the bag strap. So now we have the brooch side Lady Dior with the matching navy Dior strap as well. And this is how it looks crossbody, so it's very cute. I feel like I'd just go on a business trip with my Lady Dior. And that's what it looks like. So I'm going to show you what it looks like on the classic side. And here we have just the classic side of the Lady Dior. Very nice. Still cute. I like both sides, but let me know in the comments if you have a favorite side, or the classic side or the brooch side, and let me know if you would be the type who would wear the louder, more bold brooch side as well, or if you prefer to really just stay with the simple and classic side. Let me know in the comments down below. But this is it. This is a try on, and I seriously am in love with this bag. So that is everything for the Personalize My Bag Lady Dior series. So the total cost of this bag was $5,370, but of course the cost is split up with other things that I would use everywhere else in my wardrobe as well. So it's not just for this bag, but I'm going to go through the split up cost of everything. I've written it down because there's no way I'm going to remember everything. So overall, the bag itself was 790 Australian dollars, the bag spa was 320, and then the Burberry scarves, which I ended up splitting up, was 320 as well. Finally, the brooches were the 5 total, and also the bag charm added up to 2,290, and that I'm just going to love using for all my other clothes. And I guess the proper finally is the bag strap that I purchased as well, and that was 1,650, and I love my Dior bag strap, so I'm going to use it with like any other bag I have. So in the end, 5,370, but all of course split up over everything else. But definitely if you decide to do this one, make sure you go for a denim bag. But otherwise, I really love how this looks, especially with, again, 2 different vibes, 2 different moods from the same bag, and I've just got to flip it over. So otherwise, let me know your comments and thoughts about what you thought of this project. If you like it, if there was something you would change, but really leave a comment, let me know what you think. But otherwise, please like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Bye.